What's up, y'all? It's Ty. In this video today, we're going to be going over talking about our best running backs right now in college football 25 Ultimate Team. And look, the running back position right now is absolutely loaded. It's absolutely stacked. So that's exactly what we're going to be doing in this video. Hopefully you guys do enjoy the video. And if you do enjoy the video, man, make sure to smash the like button, as well as, if you are new to the channel, smash that subscribe button, hit the noti bell. Do all of those things. It helps me out more than you guys may know or realize. So thank you guys for the recent support. Really do appreciate it. Now, the running back position, it's stacked. It's something that I've talked about at the start of this video already. And so if I leave anybody off the list, it's not necessarily that they're bad or can't play. It just might be that there's just better options or cards that I just like slightly more. So that's probably what it is more often than not. So don't get offended if your favorite guy doesn't make this top 10 or those types of things. Now we're going to start off at number 10 with CJ Spiller. Now, I will say this about CJ Spiller. When it comes down to CJ Spiller's ability to break tackles, as far as trucking, those type of things, it's not great. However, his speed, acceleration, combined with his great juke move has to put him in this top 10. It just has to. CJ Spiller is so elusive on the field. He gets the job done at a really high level. For me, he is deserving of being number 10 on this list. Guy that did just miss the list was Taj Brooks. I like Taj Brooks, but again, I like speed, elusive guys over power guys more often than not, although it is something that I do go back and forth on what I really do like more at that specific position. But again, I feel like CJ Spiller has to make this top 10 list, and he comes in here at my number 10. At my number 9, we're plugging in one of the faster guys on this entire list. That is De'Anthony Thomas, 91 speed. It's just at this stage, there's guys that are better than De'Anthony Thomas. When this card came out, in my opinion, he was the best running back in the game for a time. The problem is that time has came, the time has went. 91 speed is fantastic. His juke move, his elusiveness is still really solid. There are just guys that can do what De'Anthony Thomas does in this game at a slightly higher, slightly better rate. So for me, I like De'Anthony Thomas. He's super fast on the field. But outside of his speed, his catching's not super high. His ball carrying's not super high. He'll fumble sometimes. He can't truck at all. The card's far from perfect, but speed kills in this game, as you guys should know. De'Anthony Thomas at my number 9. Coming in at my number 8, we're plugging in Marshawn Lynch. Go watch my Marshawn Lynch gameplay if you're bored, because trust me, the card is an absolute stud still to this day. His juke move is okay. His ability to truck people is off the charts good. He is for sure deserving of being on this top 10. Now, some people might have him a little bit lower, but for me, I feel like his combination of trucking ability, break tackle ability with the speed acceleration is rare to find on this game. You will find cards that, they can truck people. You'll find cards that can break tackles. You'll find cards that have good spin, good jukes. But the combination, again, of that speed and his ability to break tackles is why Marshawn Lynch is in here at number 8. At my number 7, Kenneth Walker. I just think he does what Marshawn Lynch does at a higher level. To me, his ability to have that 88 juke move is incredible. 90 speed, 91 trucking. He's just better than Marshawn Lynch all the way around. Obviously, good speed, acceleration, ability to break tackles with that 88 juke is rare. Like Marshawn Lynch, I don't want to say he's super elusive, but he can break that occasional, or get an open field, have that occasional juke move, whereas Kenneth Walker, the 88 juke move, is just slightly higher. And the thing for Kenneth Walker is this. Right now, Legends just dropped. He's 50,000 coins, guys. 50,000 coins for Kenneth Walker is going to be tough to beat, no matter how you slice it. I mean, that for that price is just absolutely ridiculous, in my opinion. So, yes, I'm high on Kenneth Walker, maybe higher than I should be, but again, his price is pretty indicative of why I am high on the card. Kenneth Walker, an overall stud on this game. Coming in at my number 6, Jarquez Hunter, Stories of the Week card, 91 speed, 88 acceleration, really solid carrying and trucking. The thing about Jarquez Hunter is this. He is your power back. If you have Jarquez Hunter, there's no reason to ever plug in a guy like Taj Brooks. Yes, Taj Brooks is better at catching the ball out of the backfield, but Hunter has 91 speed. He's got great carrying, great juke move. He is better side by side than Taj Brooks. There's really no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And so for me, if I'm going to plug in a power back, it is Jarquez Hunter. Now, Do I love him more than some of the, elusive backs in the game? No. I'm higher on the elusive backs than I am on Jarquez Hunter. But with the combination of 91 speed with his ability with that 93 trucking, if you like power backs, Jarquez Hunter is the guy for you. Absolutely no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If you like to, hit the hole, truck people, Jarquez Hunter is going to be your guy. Coming in at my number 5 is CJ Donaldson Jr. Never in a million years did I think that this card would be plugged in. But if you play Rivals Gauntlet, or I should say Squads Gauntlet, and you upgrade CJ Donaldson, this card becomes so good. This is what the 92 overall CJ Donaldson upgraded looks like. 91 speed, 89 acceleration, really solid juke move, really solid trucking at a 90. He is a better version of a guy like Jarquez Hunter. He is. If you want to, play in the Squads Gauntlet, I never really do normally, but if you do, you're getting an absolute beast of a card in CJ Donaldson Jr. A card that, at the highest level is going to go out there and just be a stud. Decent enough juke move. 77 catching's not, perfect, but it's solid enough. That combined with his good speed, good trucking, good acceleration, it is tough to beat a card like CJ Donaldson Jr. A card that, again, is going to play, going to compete at a really high level. And I do want to say this. The card before upgraded is not great. His speed's not great. His just overall isn't quite as good. So you do have to upgrade CJ Donaldson Jr. for him to even make my top 10, honestly. If you don't upgrade the card, he really doesn't make the top 10 and isn't even as good as Taj Brooks if you do not upgrade him. Do got to upgrade CJ Donaldson Jr. if you are wanting to run the card. At my number 4, we're plugging in Ashton Jukes. The combination of his spin move, juke move, and catching ability is why this card is off the charts good. If you like to throw the football and like receiving running backs, there is no better one than Ashton Jukes on the field for you. There's just not. Now, for me, I don't necessarily, I do sometimes, right? I'll obviously run some routes with my running back, but my running back, I would say more so out of the backfield, gets the ball, right? I run the football a lot, and so there are cards I like slightly more. But again, if you pass the football a lot, Ashton Jukes is a beast. Great speed, great acceleration, can spin, juke, has good trucking, is just a really, really, really good all-around running back in this game. One of my favorite running backs in this game as well. Ashton Jukes is an absolute stud. A lot of people do use this guy, especially if they throw the football a lot. And again, that's you. I don't blame you whatsoever because the card is an absolute beast. Coming in at my number 3, we're plugging in the 93 overall Toby Gart, a card who when I first was assembling this list, I was like, I don't know where he's going to stack up, but I've got him all the way up at number 3. Now, here's why, right? Good speed, good acceleration, good trucking, but his spin move, juke move are pretty good, and he can catch the ball out of the backfield. So yes, Toby Gart is going to be primarily a power running back in this game. Absolutely no ifs, ands, or buts about it. No questions asked. But it's not just his power, right? He's got good speed acceleration. He's elusive out of the backfield. Obviously, change of direction being a 92 is pretty solid as well. As far as an overall running back in this game, guys, I'm telling you, Toby Gart is special. You don't have to agree with me, but I'm telling you, Toby Gart is special in this game. Problem is, he's 400,000 coins, and I know he's an LTD, but he's not worth that. There's some LTDs that might be worth their price. Toby Gart is just not one of them. There are other running backs in the game that I like slightly more. Now, my big question to you guys is, what does Toby Gart do better than Caleb Johnson? That's genuinely my question for you. Caleb Johnson is faster. Caleb Johnson has a better juke move. Sure, as a receiver out of the backfield, Gart might be better, but that's really it. To me, K2 is he's that man in this game. He's my running back. Now, you guys can say I'm biased because I'm an Iowa fan if you want, and I might obviously have some bias, but this card's a beast. Great speed, great acceleration, 92 truck, 91 juke move. What more do you want at the running back position? Yes, Caleb Johnson, as far as receiving out of the backfield, could be better. Absolutely. I will be the first one to admit that. Sometimes he drops passes for me, stuff like that. However, and it's not, you guys can see, he doesn't drop open passes, but if it's like in a tight window, he sometimes does drop the football when I think he should catch it. But overall, I think he is one of the most complete running backs on the game and is my running back for the near future. So once I got Caleb Johnson, there really was no looking back. I know, there might be better running backs that just do a little bit more, especially catching the ball out of the backfield. But for me, there's no reason to run anybody but Caleb Johnson right now in the game. Coming in at number 1, we've got Darren McFadden. And this is the only card that I think does enough to be better than Caleb Johnson. let's talk about it. 92 speed, 92 acceleration, 93 juke move, 90 spin move. Catching the ball is not great. Obviously, trucking, he's horrible. But I think as far as his spin juke move combined with the speed acceleration, you've got to be higher on Darren McFadden than Caleb Johnson. And honestly, I don't even like the fact that I am higher on Darren McFadden than Caleb Johnson because I would rather run K2. But Darren McFadden is just the best running back in the game right now. Honestly, 190,000 coins really isn't that expensive for McFadden either. Super fast, super elusive in the open field. If you get a chance to get your hands on Darren McFadden, you've got the best running back in the game right now. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. A card that, again, we'll see an overall bump, I think, this week. So that's something that I'm pretty nervous about, pretty scared of. But again, Darren McFadden is really that guy in this game right now. The best running back in college football 25 Ultimate Team. That's going to wrap it up for my top 10 running backs in the game. Let me know your thoughts on it, guys, down below in the comments. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.